Hey, what's going on? This is Ricardo with the Code 7 Podcast Network, as well as Within the Trenches Media, and we are live from Michigan, as well as Florida. We've got Leah. How's it going?
Awesome.
All right. And we've got Moms, Gloria.
Mom's here.
Yeah. Now, for those who are watching right now, our internet connections for the both of us are kind of going in and out, so it might be crispy and then it might be crispy. So spotty or whichever. So, all right, good. We got some people joining in here. So again, for those who are joining us, if things start breaking out or whichever, this is still recording, and I think it'll record the way we are seeing it, not the way the output is going. We'll see either way. But what are we doing here? So, Emergency Call on ABC just aired, and this is a big spoiler alert for anyone who is on the west side, on the West Coast. We're going to be recapping the episode. This is episode 4 of After the Emergency Call. And what did we start out with, Leah? What was the first one?
Started out in Austin. It's a lot of nighttime calls this round.
Yes.
But someone possibly at the back door trying to get in. Kids are sleeping, hear noise in the background. You can hear somebody at the door. She's trying to be super quiet. So I think the call taker was unsure at first if it was an assault or something else, but it took a little bit to get the details. And finally they figure out somebody's at the back door.
Yeah, so this one, I came in a little bit as they were already talking about the call and stuff. And Dawn, how's it going? She says she's popping in here. She doesn't want to see the spoilers. So it's a good thing that we said right off the bat, spoiler alert. Dawn says hello to Mom. She says hola.
Hello.
My mom, there's a mic right there too if you want to jump on. That's fine.
Yeah, I want to know her take on some of these. So,
Oh, there you go. See, they want to know your take on some of these. So this, it reminded me of a call that I took a long time ago now. But this lady had called and she said that her neighbor, an older gentleman, had been, I don't know, he just seemed kind of suspicious and stuff, and that he'd walk by the house. And then I'm on the phone with her, and then just this scream out of nowhere. And I remember when she screamed, I jumped. I jumped when she screamed, and I asked what was going on, and she goes, "He's inside my house right now." So they were in the living room, her and I think it was her daughter, maybe. They're in the living room, right? And she's telling me all the stuff that was going on, because it sounded like maybe a welfare check or something at first, or if anything, just a suspicious person area, her neighbor, right there. But then she turned around to look outside, and or to the front door, because she heard something, and he was standing inside already. And she is screaming like crazy. I'm typing it in. Everyone starts hauling to go over there even faster than what they were before. And she had turned around and then turned back around, and the dude was gone. Just I don't know where he disappeared. Officers got there, and he actually had what was it? I think he was in the early stages of like Alzheimer's and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because like his family was there. They didn't notice that he had split. And so they got a hold of them, and they came and got him and stuff. So luckily nothing, else happened or anything. But man, I will never forget that scream. Like that was such a crazy scream.
And this guy was hiding in the bushes when they got there. So, terrifying for them. Right.
Yeah, for sure. And our good friend Karen, who's joining us, says hello, Mom, as well.
Hello.
You're so like bashful and stuff, where earlier
It's different when I text.
I guess so. Yeah, that's true. She says it's different when she texts. So next up after that, we go to Utah, right? We're in Ogden.
Yeah.
And there is it starts out, and as I'm typing all this information in as well, I'm thinking, right off the bat. Just probably like you as well,
Yep.
that it's, a suicidal caller.
And I've taken those calls before where they want to read you this letter that they've written, and you're like, oh no. Oh, yep, I'm absolutely going to listen to it, get help on the way. And then this one took a little bit of a turn.
Right. Yeah, exactly. This one went a different area, and literally. And so those who are in the audience right now, and like I said, I know there's a delay, but how many of you watched this episode tonight? And how many of you are here for the recap and you don't care about the spoilers? There was someone last week, right, who was like, I'm on the West Coast, but I'm here for the recap.
The Cliff Notes, yes.
Yeah. Yes. So a gentleman calls in. He's talking about how Tim says I watched it. Okay. Tim, what did you think of that? This first one out of Utah. They're talking about meds. Sounds like a suicidal call and all. Mark as well watched it.
Shame. Yeah. Talking about his shame.
Right. And it built up. Yeah. The caller's advising that he feels shame, experiencing feelings of shame for wasting his life, for not having like a relationship, I think is what he said as well. And
felt tortured.
Right. Yes, exactly. Felt tortured. All of this information that is coming in. And then what happens?
Mom? Just kidding.
Right. Because you were sitting there and my mom's eyes were like, huh?
Is this for real? Yeah.
Yes.
Poor gentleman has a masturbating issue.
Yes, he's got an issue that he's dealing with, and I wasn't sure actually if they were going to actually say the the church's name and everything, but they did, and so yeah, he was saying how the LDS church was harassing him and all this other stuff, and then I have here in the notes, started like a suicidal call and turned different.
Yes.
And it was just an issue that he was having, not only with himself, but also with the church and whatever was going on with them. Who knows? I don't know that part.
Right.
And this is nothing against, the church or anything either. I have family members who are members of the church, so.
But you still have to do something about it.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Came in, so the welfare check happened, and
exactly. And that's, I like that they added that piece in there, because that does happen. If you get a call that comes in, and if it, sounds ridiculous or whichever, that's that person's emergency. That's what they're calling for. And because they called, especially if they hang up right away, you got to send somebody out, because something could happen, especially the way that started and the way the person was feeling and stuff. Dude, it could have gone the other way. Even if it was that, it could have gone the other way.
Absolutely.
I got somebody here that says, wish I could watch. I can't figure out where to go here in Alberta, Canada to watch the show.
Oh.
And Tim throws out there ABC. Let's see. Mark, some people just want to talk to somebody. Yes, of course. Yeah, that is one of the biggest things. Sometimes people are just holding in all this information, or whichever that's going on. And yeah, that's what they want. They want to talk to somebody to get it out. And then I think we have one of our friends from Alaska in here.
Oh.
Hello there. I'm trying to get them actually on an episode, so I'm hoping.
Yeah, they need to get on here. I need to know this twin situation.
It would be awesome to have you all on. We were kind of talking on Twitter about it, so
perfect.
I'm all about it. So then the next one that comes in is out of Alaska, and so this one was interesting because I'm typing all of this information in, and then and then it gets to the part about the spanking. And I think they go to commercial right after that, right?
Yes.
Like it shows some talk back and forth between some of the dispatchers and call takers, and then it goes to, because I think was it? I think it might have been Rhonda, right? Who looks back and she's like, "What?"
Yeah. Like, huh?
So let me ask you something.
Oh no.
Mom time.
Yes. If there was an issue like that where there was this fight between, like, let's say me and a neighbor, and you wanted to get into the middle of it, like, would you discipline me for it? Like, would you? Because that's what happened, right? It was
And what do you tell them? Oh, never mind. It's fine. My mom's got it.
Yeah.
She's good. Everybody here got spankings. We're good.
right. Yeah. So
Of course.
oh, well done, Mom.
You
That-
know better. That's what comes up. You know better.
Right. Yeah. You're how tall?
5'1".
Okay. So my mom is 5'1". I'm 5'11". She seems sweet. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I would, yeah, she would.
Heavy like
Dude, I get it. My mom was a bodybuilder growing up, so you didn't mess around.
Yeah. See, so I'm a grown ass man, but Mom could give me that look and be like, okay, all right.
My mom
So-
can still kick my ass. Brutal.
we mean well.
You do.
Oh, that's so funny. So yeah, Mom ends up spanking the guy.
Nobody got
Oh.
arrested. Good. That's good. Because he thought something was going to happen when the troopers showed up. But nobody got arrested. He gets
Right.
to sleep it off.
Yes, exactly. And I remember as it was going on, it they're talking. You can hear everybody arguing and fighting in the background and stuff. And I saw the ETA was like 12 minutes or something like that. And then all of it is going on, but then when it gets to the part about a caller's husband's mom spanked the husband. I thought, what the heck? And so we have some in here. So Josie's saying, I remember telling my sister when she got off the phone with that call, I want to meet that mom.
Yeah.
Yes.
You still are a child, no matter how old you are.
It's true.
I'm kind of afraid now. Like,
You've been warned.
see? Oh, it kind of scared me.
I love it.
So if you all end up getting to meet the mom, please take pictures, send them in. We want to know the story. That is awesome. That was a funny call. I love those. Those are good. So then we end up going to Austin, right?
Yes.
Okay, we go to Austin. And the call comes in to, I believe, maybe Kristen, and then gets transferred over to Tyler and EMS.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a male who fell, right? He fell and his head was bleeding. And I think at one point they also mentioned that there's like a hole in the back of his head from his injury or something,
Yeah.
and he's bleeding. But there's something that's added there. What else?
He's licking the stop sign.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, of all the things,
right.
the stop sign.
Yes, exactly. He's licking the stop sign and just like going to town.
And numerous people called in.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Did you hear that part?
I heard it.
Well, there's Mom's take.
What kind of discipline comes when you find your son licking a stop sign? I'm curious.
Put him away in the room for a while.
Oh no.
It made me start laughing.
She just broke. and so Pamela is in here. She says, "Wait, Ricardo, is that your mom?" Yes, it is. That is my mom. For those who are all joining in, this is my mom. I'm in Florida for a few days to work with the Denise Amber Lee Foundation on a few things, and I stopped here first. I leave to go with them tomorrow, but yes, this is my mom, and we have a lot of fun.
Oh, Jesus.
So so yeah, they had that part, but it was cool at the end how they also mentioned, it sounds ridiculous, it's like, holy crap, this dude just jacked his head, and that was a poor wording on what my part, but he just messed up. He fell and got an injury, and he's licking the stop sign, and of course, everybody would think, oh man, what the heck, and funny, yes, but also, they mentioned at the end, this person, I think he ends up saying, all jokes aside, you know
Yes.
this person could possibly pose a threat for either the public who might be around, or of course those who are responding to help him. So it's definitely something
Or
to
himself.
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, or himself, because anything can happen, especially with an injury like that. Holy crap.
Right.
Hmm.
And those kind of calls happen a lot.
Right. Yeah, a lot of calls that come in that you're just, whoa. So the next one,
Mhm.
I believe, is still in Austin.
Mhm.
And we've got so I only had minimal notes on this because I'm pretty sure at this point was when my laptop went out. So the
Yeah.
feed that I was watching on Hulu ended up going out, and I had to quickly get onto my phone and get on LTE and try to watch it that way, which I did. I was able to do it, but I missed a big chunk of it. So all I had on here for my notes was roommate and a girl he brought home had drama. It's complicated. I put that in quotes because all I could think was, is this a fake Facebook status? Like, that's it's complicated.
Facebooking. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, very.
Facebook.
And then the only other part I had on here was female half was naked and wearing an oversized dress, because the caller had given the person that, right?
Yeah.
And there was a mention of a male who had a gun, and caller says that she heard gunshots, and then it went to, I'm pretty sure, a commercial, and I thought, I think I missed a lot of that call.
Mhm.
So maybe you can fill me in. What happened?
So there did appear to be a lot of drama, but caller was dating guy brought home another girl and girl started mingling. guy got mad, bolted.
Huh.
Yeah, the one girl was naked, that's why she had to borrow the oversized dress from the other female.
Uh-huh.
Couldn't get a hold of them. She was freaking out. Maybe heard gunshots, maybe heard a car accident in the background and thought it was them because she couldn't get a hold of them. And then that's pretty much it.
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah,
it's complicated.
That's definitely complicated.
Mm-hmm.
Are you all right?
Yeah.
Are you
Just trying to catch up.
Details are important.
Yes, very. So before we get to this last call that we're going to talk about, because it was what, like 15 minutes, the last 15 minutes of the episode was this call, right?
Almost last 30 minutes, I
30?
think. Yeah, because the front half was like all calls that are unexpected, but don't surprise you if you're, and if you have a couple years into the career, but they're not like what you expect or how you expect the call to go.
Right.
You still have to take them seriously. You still have to follow through, but it's kind of like, did not see that coming for a second. And then you get into the more long drawn out call.
Right. Sorry, I had to chuckle here because there's a comment on here that says, so nice to give the other hussy a dress, though.
I mean, the dress off your back.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's good. So let's break for a moment.
Oh.
From what you heard and what you saw, like, what are your thoughts on some of these calls? So at one point, my mom says, do you guys really have to type in all of that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that was one of my questions. You have to type everything that they're saying and everything you're repeating. I mean, you're answering back. because that's
w-
crazy.
and yeah,
It's crazy. A lot of it is like really personal, but yet, it's like, am I allowed to say funny? It's like,
You are.
Yeah.
Say
okay.
funny.
I mean, funny, but then serious too at the same time.
right. I
It's
mean,
like,
this is your take from the outside looking in. So yeah, of
it's
course.
like, it's
Because one of the other things that my mom said was like, that's a lot of typing. Like you got to be able to type really fast.
yeah. Uh-huh.
And yeah, like so I did it, and I don't. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people have done the same thing. But when you're typing so fast, like you end up finding shorter ways to put in
Mhm.
different words.
Oh.
So like
Uh-huh.
subject would be like SUBJ, and suspect, you shorten that,
Oh.
and advise would be like ADV, or at least that's what I did.
It's like
But
short.
yeah, it's just shorthand. You're typing it
Oh.
so fast and everything, but you're doing it in a way that everybody there would know what it is that you're talking about.
Mhm.
Um,
That's well, that's a lot. But then again, a lot of these calls, you don't have really a lot of closure to it either. It's
mm-mm.
just like, well, what happened to that? Whatever happened to whoever.
Right.
You just
Oh, yeah.
move on to the next one.
I don't think I could do it.
Move
I
on
was
to
just
the
gonna-
next sign
I
liquor.
was gonna,
Yeah.
I give you guys a lot of credit, a lot,
Thanks, Mom.
to hold on to all that. Yeah. Oh,
So you're not going to go sign up
oh,
for
no,
Polk
thank you.
County or anything? No.
Polk County? Sheesh. Remember,
For anyone in
we
Florida.
like guns. Isn't that what they say?
This is
In
true.
Polk County, we like guns. That was scary when it came over the TV. Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
when their awesome sheriff, I love their sheriff, the
Mhm.
sheriff for this county. Yeah, when he was talking about like,
Don't
be
mess
careful.
around
Yeah,
with
don't
Polk
mess
County.
around because, yeah. Okay, so the last call that was in here. Oh, everyone is saying thanks, Mom.
Oh, you're welcome. You guys deserve way more than that. Way, way more than that.
Thanks, Mom.
Oh, that's one of mine. Kelly's one of mine.
Yay.
Hmm.
Okay, so the last call that was on here was back. We're back in Ogden. We're in Utah now.
Yeah.
And so there's a white SUV that was trying to ram the caller at the time, the person who had called in. It was trying to ram his vehicle.
Yeah.
And suspect vehicle, they're saying, go southbound, and they're, now on the highway. Now, in the beginning, like I didn't catch, because I was going back between a few different things, that the caller was still with the suspect until he kept giving different
Mhm.
positions. I was like, oh, he's actually following still. They're
Right.
probably going to tell him to not follow the suspect here pretty soon.
Well, he whipped behind him too. Like he'd whip behind him and then come in front.
Right.
It's kind of on that Frogger or something. I don't know, but yeah,
Frogger.
I don't know. It's what came to my mind.
I like it. That works. So then, afterwards, they're call takers telling the caller to stop following the suspect vehicle, because also, that person is also putting themselves into danger and all.
Right.
And now we've got a chase in progress.
Mm-hmm. Chase in progress towards a construction zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But there were also reports that the person was either shooting at an ambulance or brandished a gun or something like that.
Yep.
And
got a good license plate, so that was good. That was a great start to that first initial call.
Yes. The fact that they got that, because then throughout the call, they're showing the last three, letters and digits of that license plate, which we'll get to that part here in a moment. But yeah. So you've got this chase in progress, and I don't know about you, and a lot of people who've never been there won't understand it probably, but those were probably my favorite ones on radios, were the chases that are going on. And as they're talking and I'm hearing all the traffic going on, I'm back in that mode of like typing everything in, repeating what's going on or where they're going, typing, repeating, and so on and so forth. And got my adrenaline going a little bit. It definitely brought me back. But yeah, they end up stopping. They terminate the pursuit because they're going into a construction zone. And why do they do that?
Too fast, not safe.
Mhm.
Right. And you don't want to have any other, victims or anything that's going on with any other crashes or anything like that. So that was another thing, and they explain it. I think that's one of the things that I like with the show is the fact that they explain a lot of the reasons that either a decision is made or, whatever is going on there so that people know. Because that's one of the biggest things, right? People don't know why certain things are done.
Right.
Yep.
Now, from there's a call about the same type of vehicle, but there's like shooting flares and there's grass fires. And I mean, how did that even come about then?
I believe it started as a fire call. They had a number of calls about a fire, a grass fire, and then somebody called in saying this person, same type of vehicle, shooting flares, rammed the gate, has front end damage. I mean, gave a really great description of the suspect and then had a picture, even better.
Right. So that was one of the things that I wanted to highlight here was the fact that they had that picture. Like they showed the person's, they showed the actual picture. Right. And it was it was kind of funny how they were saying, yeah, that was like a perfect picture. That person who took it, who stood there with the gun in their face, and it was like, like, can you pose?
Let me take a selfie.
Right. Yeah. Can you do the Magnum like Zoolander and turn left?
Blue Steel, whatever.
Yeah. That Hansel's so hot right now. So, but the picture, it was a pretty good picture. But then they also show the image on the screen there, and how they're talking about how they're going to send it out to the officers in the area. Now, that is something that's really starting to pick up. Where in public safety, you hear it more and more. First it was, text 911 is coming, and it's here. There are some places that don't have it yet, but then on top of that, you're talking video, you're talking pictures, and this was a spot where you actually got to see that. What'd you think about that?
Well, it sounded like somebody had it, gave it to the deputy emailed it in, and then they were able to distribute it. So it's not seamless, but they figured out a backdoor way to get resources or to get, information out to people really quick.
Right.
And it was a good use of that.
Yeah, that was excellent. Yeah, they ended up telling them over the radio that the person who had taken it gave it, sent it off to the deputy, then they sent it into dispatch, and then they distributed from there. So yeah, that was cool to see that. Just thinking outside the box, man. But there's also the same technology that's coming as well that will
it's coming
soon allow for a lot of that stuff to happen.
And I think that might be one of my favorite parts about this call. It was drawn out, but there were so many different aspects of it. It showed the teamwork. It showed the multitasking. It showed thinking out of the box. They get into the cell phone ping once the girlfriend, because next the girlfriend in the neighboring county, they talked to her after she got booted out of the car.
Right.
And it's just, people don't realize that dispatchers are doing all those things on the back end. It's not just fielding a call and sending help. There's so much more coordination that happens nowadays, and especially with more technology that's coming in, it's a tough profession.
Right. Yes, definitely. They talking about the girlfriend getting kicked out and stuff, and I have in here in parentheses in my notes, they show the call to the cell company to ping it, and the phone is turned off, and that's one of those things. I remember, taking calls and stuff, and the officers saying, "See if you can get a hold of the company if they can ping it," and waiting and waiting as
Right.
this high priority call is going on, and they're like, the phone's turned off. Like, damn.
Right.
Like, okay, well, I'll do the the 15-minute
Yeah.
recurring ping to try to get it. And sometimes we would actually get a location. A lot of times we wouldn't, because the phone would be completely turned off.
Right.
But I did like that. I like that they showed that part, because that does happen. And then you got a caller who calls in and sees the vehicle that it's left on the side of the road, and the suspect jumped into the trees. But then you hear the helicopter, and right before it goes to the commercial, and I was looking at the time, because I remember I sent you a message that said, "Is this going to be a cliffhanger episode?" Because
No.
yeah, because the caller is like, "Ma, get inside, get everybody inside the house." Yeah, lock it down now. Seriously, Ma.
You never know what she's doing in there.
Right. And and he just says, yeah, lock it down. And then and I said that too, because as soon as they go to commercial, they're showing like, tonight at 11 on the news, we're going to be talking about this and that. And I thought, oh man, that usually happens right before they show like the credits, and it's like next week. But they did it.
Right.
Yeah, they come back and they kind of summarize what was going on, that this call was like 6 hours, right? It was about 6 hours.
6-hour event. Yes.
That is crazy. And then I think it might have been Shiloh who picks up a call, and they're calling about a car swerving all over the road.
Yep.
And it turns out to be the suspect vehicle. And that moment they give the plate, and they had those 3 identifiers at the end. It's like dun dun. Like, oh,
And everybody's invested in it in the room. Yep,
right.
That's it. We got it.
Yep, that's the vehicle.
Very
And that is, yeah, that's very much how it happens. When something like that comes in, everyone perks up, and you're like, oh snap, here we go. It's about to go down. And I was thinking, the way the rest of the call went, that it was probably not going to end well, but it ended well.
Yeah. Suspect apprehended with firearm.
Yep. But there was no shots fired. There was nothing. It was just they arrested the person, and everything was good. But I liked very much so that they had the camera with the with one of the call takers as he was walking out, and what he was talking about. He was talking about the great teamwork to everyone. Thank you for helping out with that, and just him kind of reflecting on the call, and just all of it, leaving knowing that you did something, that you helped out, that you don't need that acknowledgement all the time, that just leaving with that, knowing that you helped out, was enough.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you still want to know why he was apprehended with a firearm, but why? Why did he do all this?
Right. Yeah. What happened? What was going on with that? But we don't know.
That's that closure.
Yep. We'll never know.
May never get.
So what'd you think of the show, Mom?
Very interesting. No, it's really good. Really, wow. Yeah.
It was good. Now we just need to get some of them on the show or on the podcast, which I've been doing some talking. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. But this was a recap, episode 4 of After the Emergency Call. Leah, thank you as always for joining.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you again.
Always fun. Even more fun that Mom's here.
Yeah.
It was
Josie says we're interested.
Oh,
Yes. Sorry, I'm all breaking it down. You didn't need to see that. Unless you saw one of my singing badly in my car, then you saw it already. Yes. But no, this was fun. As always, this was fun. I was telling Mom earlier, when, like, you're not here, I was telling my mom earlier, I said, I want you to watch some of this show, and then I want you to come on and stuff. She's like, what if they ask me questions? I was like, it'll be easy. It'll be good. We're just talking about the calls, what we heard, and all this other stuff. And it's good to have you on here to talk about it. because again, it's, from the outside looking in to see,
Yeah.
what you think about this stuff. And of course, if you would, discipline me if I was fighting with the neighbor. So
Of course.
Better behave yourself.
I know. Just,
Although all this time, this what we're doing now and before when I was here, it's just amazing. To me, it's amazing because I had never really realized how much work you guys do, on the other side of the line when
Oh, yeah.
people call, and on all the you know craziness. Sorry, but all the craziness
no,
that you guys got to put up with, and also all the bad things too.
Mhm.
And then you got to go home and take care of your families and come back to work like with all that on your shoulders. It's a lot. Yeah, I wish everybody would see these shows. Yeah, and listen to you guys how you go through your work and all that. Yeah, you deserve a lot more. A lot more credit, I gotta say, and not just because my son's here, and that, but I, all you people out there, it's amazing. It's amazing your work that you do. It's it's a special person that can do that work.
Well
Takes,
said.
yeah.
Well done, Mom. Well, thank you all once again for joining us here. We've been doing this every Monday since the beginning, and it's been a lot of fun recapping the episodes and stuff. And I have finally started saying spoiler alert right in the beginning.
Yeah, 2 in a row.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully I can do it again because the other ones, people are like, oh, wait, is this what you're doing? Sorry. Yes, but no, it has been excellent. It's been fun. And Leah, as always a good time. So good.
So
And
fun.
For those who are watching on the recap and everything, you can see this on Facebook and on YouTube and on Periscope through Twitter. If you have any comments, questions, or you ever want to be a guest on either the roundtable or this show or the flagship show Within the Trenches, you can email us, and that's wttpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow us on Twitter. That is @91podcast. Facebook is facebook.com/Within the Trenches podcast. And the audio version can be heard on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, your favorite podcasting app, and withinthetrenches.net. Have a good one, everybody. Have a good night, and we will talk to you soon.
Good night.
God bless.